Going to join me for this live because it's like lunchtime on a Monday. It's a bit of background noise. I've set everything up and there seems to be some builders outside that just rocked up and can't place anything, seem to need to throw everything. So, but I thought today what I'd do is got everything set up. I thought I'd do some planting some plants live on the emersed grown plants rather than the aquarium plants, but they're going outside in the greenhouse, the new greenhouse. So I've got some of my favourite plants here. I'm really sorry about the noise. If you can't bear it and you leave, you know, I understand, but I've set everything up. Mrs. has promised to take the little fella out. So let's get going. I'm going to put some soil in each and then I'm going to soak it. I'm going to put some Bacopa, Rotala and Ludwigia outdoors grown for the summer, see what goes on. I was gonna, I was gonna put a message out and tell people I was doing the live, but I thought, you know what, just jump on. Hey mate, you okay? So I'm just doing some planting outdoors. So I'm using this topsoil, it's an organic topsoil. I've used it in my bonsai pots. In my bonsai pots. It's because I'm thinking bonsai. Interesting fact, I was doing bonsai when I moved from my old house here. I packed in the fish tanks. I started doing bonsai and I was hanging around with like some the top bonsai artists in the UK and it was amazing, but then I thought, well, this is someone else's passion, this isn't my passion. My passion's the aquarium hobby, so I thought, you know what, like I'm going back into what I'm actually passionate about. So I'm going to get some soil in each tub. I've got 3 tubs here. I'm going to get some topsoil in each tub, give it a good water so it's soaked. I know a lot of people use akadama and stuff like that to break it up, but what I find is it's when you break the soil up, you're giving it more chance for the soil to dry, so it like let aeration in. So like I've seen a lot of people do this with akadama, and you're just opening the soil up, which will let it dry faster. Which with aquatic plants you don't really want that, so I don't get people's logic behind doing it. There's a lot of clay in this, it's very heavy, this clay soil, but hopefully people catch this stream afterwards, after the fact. But I thought, I'm here, I'm done it, I'm set up. There's a bit of noise in the background now, all after it's set up, and the little fella went out with his mum, so I'm kind of persevere. If people, you know, can't stand the audio, I can appreciate that. As the channel grows, I'll invest in better software and hardware for the audio and stuff, and the cameras. So I want a better camera. But this is the stuff I use for my wall start tank, and I found my wall start tanks are flying with this stuff. A lot of people use the old organic, Miracle Grow organic, and I can see it down there. I ordered the organic stuff in a white bag. And Amazon sent me the yellow stuff, which was it's just packed full of fat. So I put it, and then what I found was, because it was so packed full of fat, I put it in the tank and you could see where the soil just went anaerobic. It got all that sulfur build up in the substrate, and you could just tell it had gone, and the plant roots were burning off. So I was thinking, well, I'll get shut of that. So I'm going to get 3 lots of soil set up. I'll give it a good watering and get the plants in. Well, this is a cool project. This, if you're what you call it, you know, if you've got some time and you want to grow some plants out for your fish tanks, rather than just dumping a little bit that you get. It looks like Osmocote to me, which shouldn't be in organic soil, but there's only 1 bit, so makes me wonder. Yeah, there's a few bits of pebble and sticks. I don't mind because they break down, they release nutrients, it slowly release nutrients in it, but it's quite heavy clay, this. What that for a stick? Huh? Getting branches in me mud. So I'm going to get these filled up going to do an inch like I would in the Woolstead. I keep seeing people pop up and then disappearing. You must be thinking, is that crazy Plotty Scouser again playing with plants? Just keeping an eye on the chat. So I'm getting these. I could have done this earlier, but then what would I talked about on the live stream? I'm going to do a thumbnail later as well of the plants. So there's tons of soil going in, about an inch in each, and then I'm going to soak the soil. This soil's not going very far. Jedi Master! How are we? Glenn! I'm growing some plants outdoors, Glenn. Do you know who can help me out get any plants, Glenn? About half an inch in that one, about half an inch in that one. This is the soil I use for my Woolstead tank, and it's flying. Jedi Master. That's a play on words, isn't it? Hello, fellow fin-loving friends. What's going on? There's people all over there. I thought, right, Keith, I might know someone actually. If you know someone, I'm after a cren in the tans. So this is just like an impromptu live stream. Can't talk, I'm all over excited. But I thought, you know, I've got the week off work. I'll go on YouTube and talk to people. Maybe they'll listen, maybe not. Right, so let's have, I was gonna so I've got some plants here. I've got Rotala Rotundifolia. I'm looking at Ludwigia while I'm saying it. So you haven't seen the video yet, but I'm live, so I'm going to talk about it. This is the stuff I've just received in the mail. If you look at the, I can't see what I'm looking at. See the way the stems melted at the bottom? It's done that on all, and they all seem to be floating up. But the amazing thing is the plants that I've got in the pond, like the stuff that's coming out the water. See if I can find an example. Can't find an example. The stuff that's coming out the water here. Wow, that's cool. The stuff that's coming out the water is like a deep red. That's completely melted. So what's everyone doing on the Monday? Right, so 1 inch of soil in each. That one's a bit tight. I was thinking of doing a Woolstead with the rest of the soil, but I haven't got any more soil. What I'm thinking of doing is I'm thinking of going a bit more heavier into the Woolstead on my channel, because like I'm into my monster plants really. And I think like the Woolstead suits that, because you can get some heavy soil in, and a lot of the old monster plants are easy to keep. The Apongigetans, the Crinum, the lily bulbs. They're all heavy root feeders. I like the big crips. Brian, tell everyone in the chat to give me a like. There's no one in the chat, but yeah. Right, so I've got enough soil in now. I'm going to smash it with some water. Let's say people use like great akadama and stuff to pack the soil out, but don't see the point, because it just opens the soil up and lets it dry out faster. So, and I want to keep moisture in, because otherwise the plant will dry out and they'll be knackered. But I thought this would be a cool experiment, and if it works, I'll do more. Glenn's on it. So I'm going to get me Ludwigia, drop this in here. I kind of want the Ludwigia damp. I've seen a lot of people do it and they kind of put it above the water, but I kind of want it in the water so it transitions as it grows, because I feel like that would give it a bit more success. Now, if they're too long, what I could do is prune it at the internode. We did a poll in the group. I'm trying to think what that is, Glenn. So I'm going to let all these, wow, look, there's bits of roots here, so get that down. Going 10 minutes already. Ludwigia Repens, which is actually Rotala Rotundifolia. Look at this. So this is the stuff I've received here, and this is the stuff that's grown since I've had it. I've only had it, what is it, a week? Hello, Glenn. I've been wetty. Huh? What the hell? Any questions or anything, try them in the chat. Go on, I'll answer them. Like, what's your Plasty Scouts mate doing messing in the greenhouse? The next live stream at the moment, Carolina for beginners, is winning. Interesting. Do you know, like, I'll tell you what really gets me going, like gets me interested, is like you know, your high end, like your Galaxy Fishbone, your boas, stuff like that. How could you start? I want to plant shrimp tanks to win. Well, if I'm honest, don't mind a break from talking about plants, but everyone keeps telling me I'm doing it wrong, but mine keep growing, so I must be doing something right. Yeah, but I'd be interested in starting with like stock, because I was reading about like tigers and stuff and being able to like crossbreed them and like Thai TBs and stuff. Now, I'm not that good on stuff like that, but I'd love to talk to someone who is, and learn how to start off with the likes of your Taiwan bees and work up to these cooler ones. I don't know whether that's actually practically possible or anything, Glenn. The side shoots off that. So it's going in here. What's the tap water like in Birkenhead? It's wet. No, it's to be honest, it's quite, it used to be harder than it is now. I think they've changed the water or something, but because I used to run RO systems and there always used to be over 100, and the KH and the GH used to be quite high in it, and now there's like hardly any GH in it. Am I telling the truth there? I think it's the GH is low now. I think it's about 3 when it used to be about 7 or 8. But all the water around here, apart from Prenton, which is up that way, so there's something that's not interesting that I think's interesting is up there's a well, and it's all hard limestone underneath it. So all the people up there, about a mile that way, used to be able to, were amazing at breeding African cichlids. So everyone was like, how are these amazing? But they were getting hard water from the well. Obviously African cichlids love hard water, so they were flying everyone else around here had soft water. The local shops were telling them they didn't have to buffer, and no one was having much success. But that's what I'd be interested in talking about, Glenwood Caradina. If like I've got no knowledge of it, so like when I go on live streams, I want to learn something as well as be involved. Obviously, I understand a lot about see, my TDS used to be, I don't know whether I might have a TDS somewhere. I could show you. No, I haven't. It's the other end of the house, so I'd have to go in upstairs, and by that time everyone would be gone. All two of you. Bacopa Caroliniana, the stuff I like, the stuff I really like smelling. I haven't put water in that one. Let's get some water in. What I'm thinking of doing, not leaking, or is that me leaking? I was just about to say something. Pal. That's me leaking. Yeah, that's what I was saying. What I was thinking of doing is getting some heavy root feeding plants out here in the soil. I've used about a 5 years worth of soil there. As I say, all the bottoms of the stems have melted, but the tops are flying, and they smell amazing. There's some melt there, but that's the only damage that happened. But the thing is, like, it's throwing out stems, so side shoots and stuff. So. And there's some plants, Ludwigia Repens. Ludwigia Repens. I mean, I don't know whether they're going to be amazing early Monday afternoon. Whether it's still early Monday afternoon. Is it? I can't see the time. But I know that there's some people who'll watch it after the fact, but I just thought it'd be cool to add to my lives. Plus I thought it'd make a better live than making a video on it, really. So I've got, I don't know how I'm gonna, can we see? So, are you messing? Is that duckweed? So, I've got the 3 pots. I've got, let's think about this before spouting it. Bacopa Caroliniana, Rotala Rotundifolia and Ludwigia Repens. They're all growing in emersed form at the moment, so hopefully there's plenty of water in there to help them transition as they grow. Oosh. I'm not removing the melt, I'll let the melt remove itself. It's all nutrients. But that's me. I'm thinking of so that's about a quarter of this side of the space, and I've got that side. Ludwigia Repens can grow. I could plant that in my garden, and Hygraphilia, I can never pronounce this. Pinnatifida, I would say pinnator. I always say it on my live stream, but you could literally plant that in a garden and it grow. I'm trying to figure out what will do alright outside in the winter. But I do want to get some heavy root feeding plants going outdoors, like the likes of Amazon swords and some crypticorns. I can never pronounce half the names. There's my new greenhouse. That's the fish house. I've just done pruning a ton of ivy. It's the local council's Save the Bees campaign. Grows over my fence and ruins the hedge, the top of my shed. And then I've got my pond down here that's absolutely rammed. And then we're going to have some fun out here during the summer. Well, I am, don't know about you. But Glenn, could we do that with the Carolina? Could we talk about breeding from the bog standard stuff? I don't mean this week, I mean like as one of the lives. Because I reckon that'd be cool. I thought it was Pinnatifida. Apparently I'm just vaping. I did say. What I'm thinking of doing is doing a bit of talk on, like, some lives on the wall stab method and dirty tanks, because obviously I've got my way of doing it, which is pretty textbook. I can hear water dripping. Yeah, so my way's pretty textbook. I've been doing it for a few years now, but what I find is there's a lot of misinformation on the internet, and I found when I was trying to do it, I was following the misinformation and then I wasn't having any success, and then I was thinking it mustn't work. But then as I started researching it and learning more and actually read the book and then got the next edition of the book and read that, I realised that what stuff I'd been taught, it told you in the book not to do. So well, we could get Rob to join us or something, I don't know. I think it'd be really interesting. Well, it would be from my point of view, but then doesn't mean everyone else would be interested in it. But we'll be interested in doing a base, like, should do a beginners one first, I think. Like, I reckon I'll probably learn from that, if I'm honest. I'm not I can keep Neos alive, but Carolinas, I suppose I've kept them alive for 2 years, 18 months, so must be doing something right. But I used cool. I want to get some more vape stuff. I had a Kraken vape. It had like a leather handle on it, and it had like a really cool digital screen. And it lasted a couple of months and kept burning the coil out, and it used to smell like burnt paper or burnt cotton, more specifically. And then the company stopped doing it. But I'm kind of working on some beginners dirty tank videos at the moment. I noticed I went on Jeff's live stream the other day and I was talking about it, and people like trying to follow it and their eyes were glazing over it, and fair dues to them for trying, but I want to explain it in simple terms. I want to try and take what I know and put it in simple terms. I've asked him already. Oh, awesome. I think there's a bit of a delay on the chat, but any questions about what I'm doing here now, feel free to ask. I'm sorry about the racket in the background. I've got everything set up, and then like builders just rocked up. I tried crossing red tiger with orange-eyed blue tiger. I'm trying to think. The orange-eyed blue, the red-eyed tiger with the orange-eyed blue. Oh, they're on the. See, I'm picturing the thing in my head where you've got like your crystal bees and then your Taiwan bees there on the right, aren't they? Are they more wild than most crystals? I've got my t-shirt on again today as well. It's not merch. I just got my logo done and thought, well, I can order some bits with it, so got myself a mug and a t-shirt. I think the mug was free with the t-shirt actually. What was I going to say then? Yeah, so I want to get some heavy root feeders out here and have a go with them, because I've never really seen anyone keeping them outdoors in the summer, growing them outdoors. But they get massive, so. And eventually I'd like to go more into the dated tank side of thing. I know I've got like quite a few different planted tanks, but I think, well, I should stay in my lane really, because that's what I'm interested in, dating tanks, because I'm like quite a heavy feeder of fish. And if you're running the likes of high-tech tanks, low-tech tanks, and like a lot of stems, a lot of epiphytes, running that type of tank, it just, your nutrients will go through the roof, so then you end up with algae and all sorts of stuff that you've got to play around with. So for me, like with the wall stab method, I can feed quite heavily, what I define as heavily. Like I thought I was quite a heavy feeder, and then I went watching my mate feed his fish, and I thought, wow, I'm a really light feeder by comparison. I got a like. It was all worth it. I got a like. These are quite saturated in water, these, by the way. I'm guessing there's stuff going on in the chat I'm not seeing at the moment. I think it takes about a minute for it to update on my screen. I'm using the YouTube software. A lot of the live streams I jump on with other people are StreamYard, which is, I think it's better. Like, it wouldn't let me go landscape before. And I'm just looking at the controls on it. Is the audio alright, by the way, guys? Because like I haven't got any idea of. I would have set my microphone up, but it'd have picked everything up around it and not me. I could do with investing in some better audio. I'd like to get a better camera, but needs must at the moment. And you know, YouTube tell you to crack on with what you have present, so I'm doing that. Alright. No, there's no way scrolling the chat. It's pretty basic, this. I think YouTube want everything in the shorts format nowadays, I think. So, got my 3 boxes set up. Got my Ludwigia Repens, my Rotala Rotundifolia, and my Bacopa Caroliniana. In my head, I thought these boxes were bigger than they actually are. But I thought, well, I've got them anyway. I don't have to invest in them. I can move them around. I've got an inch of soil in, watered it so it's waterlogged. I've got the plants in, and I'll see how I get on. I reckon they'll fly, to be honest. I've seen other people do it. And if they don't fly, I'll figure out how to get them to fly. But like I said, I see a lot of people use like akadamas and grit in it, which just opens the soil up and lets it dry out faster. I don't see that as a benefit to growing aquatic plants outdoors. So what I've done is just used topsoil, which is a mixture of clay for high CEC. It's got organics in it, as you can see. There's tons of organics in it, and there's sand in it to So it gives the soil some structure for the roots to get into. So everything's here that needs to be here really. So some heavy wood seed, the likes of that, right? You get people all over the internet telling you to sift your soil to do the wall stab method, but these things decompose at different rates, so they release nutrients at different rates. I see a lot of people talking about adding leaves to the tank, and I thought, okay. So I looked at it, and leaves to feed your plants as nutrients, but leaves are mostly lignin, and they contain hardly any nutrients that plants can utilize. There's hardly any nitrogen, phosphates or potassium in them. So I've done a quick calculation. Now I used I can't remember the Latin name. Why do we all use that Latin names when no one speaks Latin? But the English oak was the one I could find the most information on, so we used that. And it takes 6 months to 2 years for an oak leaf to break down in an aquarium. And with that, so it takes that long to decay, and there's hardly any nutrients in it. So to get the same amount of nutrition out of a leaf that you do out of a gram of fish food, you'd need 1200 leaves. So I don't know anyone with that amount of space to be able to let that many leaves break down. So I'm sticking with my soil and the organics that are in here. So anyone got any questions? There's quite a few people in the chat on what I'm doing here right now, or any other questions if you know what I'm up to. It takes about a minute for my chat to update. So. As I say, I apologise for the background noise. The builders turned up after I started, so I'd set everything up, and then they decided to rock up down the road and make loads of banging. But there's a few other things I want to try in the greenhouse as well. I didn't know whether to set up a data tank out here and see what it does in the sunlight, because Diana Wallstad used to run data tanks in the window for the sunlight. So I thought, well, and if I set up like a little 25 litre tank, I can just drain it in the autumn and take it indoors or put it in my shed or something. So I just thought it'd be a cool project over the summer. But I need to do something over the summer. I need to get stuff going now really to get the maximum amount of summer growing season. Anyone got any ideas what they want to do, what they'd like to see me do? Anything, any ideas what I could grow in a greenhouse outdoors that I can put in an aquarium in the autumn? Because as I say, I'm thinking of like the likes of crypts, Amazon sword, stuff like that. Stuff that I can put in a data tank when I've finished. No, there isn't anyone in the chat. So I'm hanging on, waiting. If there's nothing else we want to talk about, I'll leave it here, I think. Let's give it a minute. So, I was thinking of building on this actually, and like adding to my collection of plants, and then every summer getting out here. I'd like to set up some Neocardina tanks out here as well. So I can do hello. I can do Neocardina tanks. Neos, because I'm pretty much cramped in there. So I'd like to have a go at doing some Neos outdoors, some endless, guppies, stuff like that. And like the likes of rice fish, stuff like that. Will do well outdoors. So there's no one in the chat. I've done pretty much what I need to do. I think we'll call it a day. Take care, guys. See you soon.